challenges while maintaining accountability for offenders. Non-custodial measures allow low-risk offenders to remain productive members of society under the structured supervision, enabling custodial facilities to focus resources on high-risk offenders. This enhances efficiency, reduces costs, and improves overall correctional outcomes. Probation and Aftercare Service Kenya is proud to be part of the global community of correctional professionals. Our work is guided by international standards, comparative learning, and cross-border cooperation. While we continue to align our systems with global best practices, emphasizing on evidence-based supervision, risk and needs assessment, human rights compliance, and professional excellence. Our future priorities and strategic direction will focus on strengthening institutional capacity, expanding community involvement, enhancing multi-agency coordination, investing in technology-supported supervision systems, and development of structured integration support systems through the parallel system. These priorities are intended to deepen our impact, reduce recidivism, uphold public safety, and enhance public confidence in non-custodial measures. Africa stands at a pivotal moment in justice sector reforms globally. The continent has a unique opportunity to build our correctional system that are modern, evidence-driven, and community-anchored. Community corrections should therefore be treated not as secondary options, but as primary instruments of smart justice that protect society while restricting offenders, while restoring offenders' dignity. Digital guests, I invite all of us gathered here today to continue sharing knowledge, strengthening partnerships, and advancing reforms that place rehabilitation, accountability, and community safety at the center of justice in Africa. The Probation and Aftercare Service Kenya remains ready to collaborate with partners across the Africa and globally in advancing this mission. Thank you very much, and at this juncture, Chief Guest, allow me with humility to invite our Principal Secretary, State Department for Correctional Services, Dr. Salam Biako, to make our remarks and continue with the rest of our program. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Kabutai. The Honorable Minister for Interior and National Administration, Honorable Kipchumba Murkomen, Honorable Jake Richards, MP, Parliamentary Undersecretary for Sentencing, Youth and Justice International, Mr. Ed Bennett, British High Commission Charge d'Affaires, Mr. Ali Ebi-Real, Regional Representative, United Nations Office on Drugs and Crime, Regional Office for Eastern Africa, Ms. Olivia Rope, Executive Director, Penal Reform, Madame Bofoe Bonnier, Patience Bofoe Bonnier, Director General, Prison Service of Ghana, Mr. Patrick Arandu, Commissioner General of Prisons, Kenya Prisons, Mr. Shadrack Kabutai, Acting Secretary, Kenya Probation and Aftercare Service, heads of community corrections across Africa, correctional practitioners, experts, representatives from the justice sector and development partners. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Welcome to Kenya. First of all, I want to thank Waziri for making time from your extremely busy schedule to grace this occasion and be our chief guest. It is a refreshing honor to be with you here today as we convene our first day of advancing community corrections in Africa as an alternative to incarceration conference. I warmly welcome all distinguished guests, delegates, experts, practitioners, development partners, and friends of justice who have traveled from across our continent and beyond. Your presence here is a powerful affirmation that the future of global criminal justice must be humane, effective, and forward-looking. This gathering provides us with an opportunity to confront a prevented capacity. This reality has strained our commitment to human rights, placed immense pressure on fiscal resources, and in many cases undermined public safety and rehabilitation of families, our communities, and the credibility of the security sector reforms. In Kenya, the situation our correctional institutions are operating at well over 150% of their intended capacity, with significant proportion of those in custody being pre-trial detainees who remain in remand for extended embracing progress. Today, a notable proportion of offenders are managed through community supervision rather than incarceration. Of note, Cabinet Secretary, close to half of all offenders are actually serving non-custodial sentences in Kenya, which is a testament to the great strides that probation and aftercare has made in this field. This, when are properly resourced and guided by robust frameworks, they can transformation. Our 2010 Constitution, with its progressive bill and devolved governance structure, provides a strong foundation for fairness, proportionality, and restorative justice. Our focus on legal and policy frameworks, culminating with the development of Kenya Correctional Service Bill and its policy, intends to empower our courts to choose appropriate, proportionate, and rehabilitative sanctions. This instrument reinforces the understanding that imprisonment should be a last resort and not the default response. There is need to recruit, train, and equip probation and community corrections professionals with modern tools, including digital case management and data analytics. We also need to strengthen data systems, research, evidence-based policymaking through leveraging AI. Equally, I have carefully considered the significance of this gathering, and I am encouraged by the diversity of knowledge and experience represented here. I urge all participants to take full advantage of this opportunity. Let us learn from innovative probation systems, alternative sentencing models, and reintegration strategies presented by our colleagues from across the globe. Let us share replicable best practices on parole, restorative justice, and community-based alternatives to imprisonment. Beyond dialogue, I urge us to be bold and practical. Let this conference be remembered not only for its discussions, but for its much anticipated outcomes. I encourage us to formulate clear, actionable, and measurable steps towards a continent and global-wide movement towards advancing community corrections. Let us build networks that endure beyond this gathering. Let us inspire political will, mobilize resources, and commit to sustained reforms. Our vision is clear: a justice system that reduces congestions, upholds human dignity, enhances public safety, and contributes to sustainable development. With these remarks and with great optimism for the future of community corrections, I now request that we all be upstanding and warmly welcome our chief guest, Honorable Kipchumba Murkomen, with a round of applause to make his remarks. Karibu Waziri.
Please be seated. Thank you. Thank you very much, PS, Honorable Jack Richards, Member of Parliament, and Under Secretary of State for Sentencing, Youth, Justice, and International Youth Justice. an Assistant Whip of the House of Commons, Dr. Salome Biako, PS Correctional Services, Ali Elberer, Regional Representative of the United Nations Office on Drugs and Crime, Regional Office here in Nairobi, East Africa. Ms. Olivia Rope, Executive Director of Penal Reform Initiative, Patrick Arando, Commissioner General of Kenya Prisons, Mr. Shadrack Kavutai, the Acting Secretary Kenya Parks, Stephen Toots, Confederation for African Probation, other distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Good morning once again. Welcome to Nairobi for this very important conference on advancing community corrections in Africa as an alternative to incarceration. I hope you are enjoying the hospitality of this nation. We're very happy to host you and also beyond from the entire globe. We appreciate the partnership we have with UNODC and here being the home of UN in the region. And we thank all of you for coming to this conference. Honorable Richards, thank you very much. I hope you're enjoying your visit in Kenya. And thank you also for, during your visit, making time to come and visit my office. And I hope that your experience also as you visit the other places, the same to other visitors that I may have not had personal interaction with. You know, you will have time to visit various institutions and places in the country. Number two, I've been invited here to officially open this conference, and that's exactly what I will do. My director of parks and the PS have already completed the part of the issues that I needed to say. So my humble duty is to tell you that you enjoy the conference. I hope that you will have comparative exchange of knowledge. The importance of having such level of expertise in one room is that you have an opportunity to exchange ideas. I hope that you will not put a lot of time towards speeches and only presentation of papers, but it should also go to one-on-one interactions to see what works in various countries. Sometimes if you don't do so, you miss the point, because you end up, you know, I have gone to many conferences, both from the time I taught in the university and now as a public officer later, in a government, parliament, and now executive. And sometimes you go to a conference and you come back and you say, what was really being discussed in that conference? It becomes merely tourism. But sometimes if you go with targeted objective to learn something from other country, to sit down and over tea or lunch and ask yourself, in your country, what do you do? How do you solve this problem? What's the legal framework? What is the policy framework in your country? I think that really goes a long way in making sure that we enjoy the benefits that comes with international conferences. The issues on correctional services in Kenya and on community correctional services, community corrections has been properly expounded by our director and the PS. They are true. Mine is to confirm that what they have said is truly the case. With those few remarks, it's now my humble duty and pleasure to declare this conference officially open. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.